Let me check your sound.
Well, I don't know how to check it.
There you go.
It's working?
Now your sound working.
Okay.
You hear him now? Huh? Yeah, I'm getting you through there now.
Hi, Daniel. Nice to see you. I had to restart the show because for some reason the sound was messed up. Okay, so what am I doing? What? Lost in space? Absolutely.
Rocket's in.
Hi, Rocket. I hope everyone that celebrates Christmas had a good one. And all y'all that are um, don't celebrate Christmas, I still hope you had a very good day. All right.
Grandpa from Toshi.
Hi, Toshi. Thank you, grandkid.
Pacific Rim Zone.
Hi, Pacific Room. Nice to see you. Oh, I better tip this down a little bit, show you guys what I'm doing. I am behind the schedule on gifts this year. And so here I am in the show still making, I'm making egg ornaments because I owe, I owe them the Christmas gifts.
Rocket says he'll probably have to run soon, but dropping his likes and love in the comments.
Thank you, Rocket, very much. Yep, I think I better use this stuff. All right. Okay. And this is 8 mil stainless steel wire. And what I'm going to do, see, is I hook these chains up. This is just old jewelry chain. Sometimes it can be a bit challenging to get this chain together. I suppose it would help if I didn't shake quite so bad, but it's one of those kind of things that happens with age. you're uh-oh. Things don't work as good as they used to. Oh boy, I don't want that one. Let's get another one. Okay. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm just putting a locking bead on this to keep it in place. And then you run this all back through here like so. At least I'm going to try and get it to go back in there. Okay, so now I need this one over here. No, not that one. I need this one. Yeah. And I grab these wires here. Oh, and that does not want to go in there. Okay, so we got to pull it up by hand. Well, let's see if I can't figure this out.
says this Christmas was horrible.
I'm sorry, Pacific Rim. Dang. I actually had the best Christmas in a long time. I was very, very fortunate this year. Huh. Now, I don't know how to do this. This is a very...
Pacific Rim wanted to catch some West Coast rock lobsters, but our boat had a seizure.
Oh, no. Well, I think if I wind this up here, maybe grab a hold of this and just start turning it. See, what I'm doing is I'm twisting these wires together, and what it does is it creates a lock because it's wound up. Now this won't come out of there. And so then what I do is all I got to do is cut these wires off short, like so. Put those right there because I need them. And this is what I've got, you guys. This is what it looks like when it's set up.
What's fondue?
What's fondue?
Oh, Rocket devoured 9 pounds of meat and fondue. He's probably going to be constipated.
No. That meat won't cause you to be that way, Eddie. It's cheese.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Well, the fondue is kind of a cheese sauce, I suppose. All right, everyone. Now that is... I didn't like this egg from the start. Oh, well. That is the way it goes, I guess. Sometimes things work out better than other times. This is one of those times where this egg is not turning out like I wanted it to, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, anyway, these are the cool things that I make. All kinds of different stuff. That's a porcelain mountain goat in there. And so now what I have to do is I have to actually get... well...
In South Africa, we actually don't use a grill. We always use open flame with either Root King's wood and Namibian Camille Doring wood.
Yeah? Oh, that sounds cool.
And somebody said, which way, coming or going these days?
It's hard telling. Some people are coming, some people are going. It doesn't always work well for everybody. Hopefully, you're not going to have a rough time of it. But the darn thing is that the world economy is a mess. So, this is kind of an easy way to save money. Make egg ornaments. Now, I mangled this one, and it's got a bad crack up here. I had to fix it. Well, the darn thing about that is now I have to cover it with sequins and beads.
Maurice is in.
Hi, Maurice. Nice to see you. I hope you had a good Christmas, Maurice. That's just an old earring. That's what those are. And so, and I got these quail eggs. Not sure what I'm going to do with these. They're so tiny. I really don't know what I'm going to do with them. But I have a bunch of them. Okay. Well,
Maurice likes the color on the eggs.
what's that?
Maurice likes the color on the eggs.
Oh, thanks, Maurice. You can do any color you want. That's the cool thing about these. And they start out as just an egg. And I cut them out. I use these little scissors here, and I just pop a hole in the side. Then I cut them around like that, take that piece out, drop the egg out whole, because I don't like blowing them out. If you blow them out, the darn things are scrambled, no matter how you do it. Okay, I really need that. Alrighty, need that, and I need this over here. Now, I have kind of organizers, sort of, to keep everything as organized as possible. I have all my sequins here, and I believe that is not the color sequins I used on those. Where's the other ones? No, that's not them. Maybe that is the right one. Okay. So now that I have that, see, and I'll show you. Here's one I worked on yesterday a little bit, and this is the sequins on these. Then I have to go ahead and start putting the beads on. It's got the facing edge done. The chain is a black chain, which was unusual. I'd never seen that before.
Mike Hack says, it turns out his dog bite wound is septic and they had to go to the hospital to get it treated on Christmas Eve.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that literally bites. Yep, that doggone it. This was an old jewelry chain that I used for this. And now what I have to do is I have to try and cover up that bad spot, which I can do. Wait a second. I better count. I better paint that silver first. I've learned that I need to paint these edges when I clean the eggs up. If I paint the edges ahead of time, then I don't have to worry about going back over it later and covering it up. Oh well. I can do that. That's a single thing. That's easy enough.
John says it looks great.
Thanks, John. And then I just start up here at the top, and I start working these little sequins on here, and you space them right. They all go together really well.
Kim says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Kim said
Thank you very much. I hope you had a good Christmas. And for all the Muslims out there that don't do Christmas, I hope you had a fantastic day. And if you do this just right, any kind of damage that you have on your egg, you can hide.
Rocket donated $2.79, Mike.
Thank you, Rocket, very much. I appreciate your help, Rocket.
Looks like the amethyst cut this stone from inside. Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for joining the phone show on the day after. Okay.
Jeremy says, I have been so busy with work, I haven't had any time to watch. So glad to have the day off and I caught your stream.
Oh, that's fantastic news. I'm glad you made it.
Is he adding them all over the egg?
Not all over. There will be a pattern. Here, let me show you. Okay? I do different patterns on different eggs. It depends on the shape of it. Now, like this one, this will have them on all three of the holes, the sides. This one will have two sides. And so the egg ornaments themselves are a lot of fun to build. I really like doing this. My sister and I were taught how to do this in the 60s. Now, back then, you didn't have jewelry chain to hang them with. Back then, you had cloth tape. Oh, excuse me, everyone. I didn't smoke any of Mother Earth this morning, so I don't know why I'm sneezing. Oh, excuse me, everybody.
Maurice says purple, red, and orange are his favorite colors.
Purple, red, and orange. That's cool, Maurice. Honey Bunny's favorite color is purple. Me, I'm kind of a blue-green guy. I should have maybe not put those on this granite. I should have put them on paper, because you can tap the paper and they'll flip over. So I think I'm going to do that. It's been over a year since I remember doing this last time, and all I got to do is tap on the paper and they jump upside down. Because you have to set these upside down, basically, or right side up, I don't know. Anyway, they have to be put on here so that the shiny stuff aims outward. And yes, both sides are shiny, but they reflect better if you put them on this way instead of that way. I've got a little bit of a pattern drawn on here with pencil, and so I kind of know what I want to do as far as getting them to look right. Okay. And something I've learned, if you tip the sequins up on this facing edge, when you put your beads on the around, I'll show you here. When you put these on to finish your edge up, if your sequins are tipped upward a little tiny bit, they set better and they're a stronger fit. So I try always to make sure and tip them upwards. and they move around a bit. They won't always stay.
How do you cut them into shape, Mike?
Well, it's actually fairly easy to cut them into shape. Um, you use these little scissors, and you just start trimming around the edge like this. Now, when the eggs are a year old like this is, they tend to break more. So you have to be very careful about how you're cutting these. And sometimes they're brittle enough that I have to go in and I have to reinforce the inside of the egg. But that's how you do that. When they're fresh eggs right out of the carton, they're easy to do. And once you get them clean, then I take my Dremel and my sanding disc and I go around them like this, and it smooths it up just like this. It does take some practice, you guys. It's not something you're just gonna figure out how to do real easy. It does take practice. Now, I've been building these things since I was a kid. All right, my sister and I were taught this in the early 60s. And I don't remember who taught us how to do this, but I have improved the process over the years. Cloth tape was the only thing we had back in the day to hang the eggs from. And unfortunately, none of my eggs from the 60s survived. They're all gone, and I have no idea where. They're gone. Any of them that might have survived went up in my mom and dad's house fire in the 70s. So that's the way it goes. There's just nothing you can do about it.
Brandon's in.
Howdy, Brandon. How you doing? I hope you had a good Christmas.
Doc said, yo, I'm back all the way from South Africa. I'm still in the hospital.
Ah, dang, Jock. Sorry you're still in the hospital, my friend. I hope you get out soon. Hospitals are no fun. I've been in them myself over years. Once I get these sequins all around here, then I'm going to go ahead and hang it up and let it dry. And I will work on another egg to show you different things that can be done. And the sequins today are a lot smaller than they were when I was a kid. Matter of fact, they're a lot smaller than they were in the 70s, because I've got eggs from the 70s. And I've looked at the sequin size, and there's a huge difference. And now these are all stuck together because the process of making sequins today is not as good as it was back in the day when I was a kid. There's a lot of high speed, don't care what it turns out, just get it turned out. And unfortunately, that makes for a lousy art form. Uh-oh. Don't know where that went. Uh-oh. No, anyway, doesn't matter. And so this is just something else I do, you guys. I make custom jewelry, although I can't make it now because I don't have the equipment to do it. And I do these egg ornaments, and I do paper. Paper is my go-to choice. I have got to do these eggs though, because I owe them. It's something I do. And there's folks that's all they want from me at Christmas time is an egg ornament. Now, once you start getting towards the bottom where they're going to match up, sometimes you have to squish them together a little bit, and sometimes you have to pull them a little tiny bit apart, because you want these to look good as an end product. And so, that's where I'm at right now. And the cool thing about this glue is it takes it quite a while to dry. And because of that, you can manipulate your sequins and beads and such.
Somebody said, what did you use for the shiny purple on the inside of the egg?
I used glitter on the inside of the egg. That's all it is glitter. And there, that is good. Well, not quite. Now I've got to straighten these out just a little bit. Make sure that they line up right. And that is that. Now, the reason I'm using that color is because these beads that were on this chain is a kind of a purple. And so everything matches up as much as possible when I do this stuff. This was all part of the same chain work. And so now I want that to dry and not get messed with. So I have a place over here that I hang it up so that it doesn't get bumped. And I don't want to, I don't throw things away. So like these extra sequins, I make sure and put them back in the bag, because once I run out, they're all gone. And it's not likely you're going to get the same color again. Okay, so now what I need to do, I'm looking at these, and that's the color I was using on that, but I don't think I'm going to use that color this time. I think what I'm going to do, oh man, and I just noticed something. Okay, I have to be smarter on the next build. I did that wrong on that piece, but that's okay. It worked, and it's tight, so I'm not going to mess with it. I used head pins to hook these all up. And I am not ever going to use this chain again. Tell you what, that gold chain, it looks nice, but I am not ever going to use it again.
Rocket says, anyway, it's my time to go. Enjoy this fine Boxing Day with one of the kindest engineers there ever was. And the mods, well, they can suck it. Just kidding. Best mods on the YouTube.
Thank you, Rocket. Take care. And so anyway, I'm not a fan of this chain, and I will not ever put it on something again. And I've done 2 eggs with this chain. So that is unfortunate, but it happens. You don't learn things unless you do it. Well, I learned not to use this chain again. Okay, so now we're going to set that right there because I need to do this one. All right. Now, these are the seed beads that I've got. And I happen to have a lot of different seed beads. And so what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to match up the top of this little gnome house and this with a color. And it shows a light blue there. That's that light blue right there. Well, I might have to go ahead and stick with that.
The egg with the gold chain is my favorite. Love the little bio, the gnome, Brandon.
Yeah. Yeah, the gold chain it really is nice. It's just it's not something I should have. Anyway, it's the way it goes, you guys. You learn things as you go along. I started doing these in the 60s. I restarted them later in the 70s. And matter of fact, I found the very first egg in 1977 that I started back up with. And I'm going to give it to my sister as a Christmas gift. And so one of these days I'll get to take it to my sis when she's not busy, and we'll handle that. All right, so these are like pastel blue. So that's what I'm going to use, is the pastel blue. Since I've already got these set up, there's no point in changing up right now what I'm doing. And I have these little pastel blue ones right here. Right there. There's not a lot left. There should be enough to be able to do this. At least I sure hope so, because I would hate to have to try and pull them off and reschedule. Wait a minute, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I got enough. Say what, Eddie?
That's in.
Matt's in? Nice. Welcome to the show, you guys. This is a special Christmas ornament thing I'm doing. And now you just dab that sequin with a tiny bit of glue. And then you go in here with your tweezers and you grab your pieces. And they set on there just like that. Do not lose any of these. You cannot afford that. There's not enough of them. And this is just the finishing touches of what you have to do. And believe me, you guys, these things last for years. Providing, if they get crushed, they're very hard to repair. I know because I have repaired crushed eggs. Not easy to fix. And if you squeeze your glue bottle ahead of time and get some of the air out of it, it makes it easier for you to let go, and it vacuums the glue back inside the bottle. That way you don't have mishaps with your glue. And unfortunately, everything that I had when I was a kid got burned up. I had a lot of seed beads and a lot of sequins and things like that from the 60s and 50s, or 60s and 70s. And darn, all that stuff is gone. I wished it wasn't. All the miniatures that I had back then, were really good ones. Their miniatures you get today, not so good. And this is very rewarding when the people you give these to ask you, can you please make me more next year? And you know, this is a one family thing. If you get a family that wants you to do this, uh-oh, why did that not stick? Not good. Are you kidding me? I don't know why that did not stay on there. Well, I gotta skip that. I can't try and get the sequin on there because I can't get the glue to come off. It just wants to stick to the glue bottle, and anyway. But what I can do, see, is I can grab this little bead here. I can put it in this one that is stuck well, and then just add that on. And so what that does is that will allow that to adhere very well. And this is all you have to do, is you just have to keep building things. All right, now I'm going to let that dry for a little while because I don't want to mess with that for a second. And one of the ways to get it to dry quicker is I put it behind my laptop where my fan is at, and that air blowing across it will let it dry quicker. Now I'll show you how to work this. I have my sanding discs right here. Oh, that's not good. Oh well.
Is that her? What you want?
And this is it. You just work these edges down. Once you get your base shape done, now actually that's too small and it's going to take too long to grind that off of there. So now I'm going to have to do some surgery on this thing. Put that over there. Now this is really tough here because this egg is a year old and it's going to want to chip really bad. And so you have to do the best you can at not letting it to chip. And that means take smaller nips out of this. Okay. All right, see it's got a divot right there. Well, you have to work around that divot, and hopefully it won't crack more. If it does, then you have to take and put Elmer's glue and paper towel inside of it to strengthen up the shell. See, that piece just dropped off. That one did. And unfortunately, old eggshell like this that's dried out tends to crack a lot more. When they're fresh, they come right out of the egg carton and you cut them out. They're a lot more forgiving, and they don't do this as bad. And so there we go. And you just keep working it around, and hopefully you can get these bad chips out without destroying your egg. I could go get another egg and show you how to take them out whole, and I probably should have done that, but it's too late now because I got to go all the way home to do it, and I'm not going to do that. You see, I bumped that one, and it dropped right out. A chunk dropped out of it. So then you look across this edge. You look this way at it, and you can see where your high spots and low spots are. You take the high spots down to match the low spots is all you have to do. How's that? That's looking better. Now that's almost open enough. So now I got to check the bottom and the top. Okay, I got to take this top out a little bit further to match the bottom one. And the more the angle is on your egg, the harder it is to trim it. Uh-huh. Okay. Dump that out. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to try this again. And you cannot put any pressure on the sides of your eggs. On the sides, their strength is not there. The strength is end to end. And so you have to be very careful because I've crushed a lot of eggs. By grabbing them by the sides. Okay, now this is not wanting to be cooperative. It keeps wanting to divot this thing. These little pieces keep wanting to chip off. Now, if you're going to have that kind of problem, I'll show you how to fix that. So, you have to give that up for a time. Okay. And so then, you need some of this paper towel, like this. And I notice there's a crack right there. Okay, so now I've got this paper towel right here. And the nice thing is paper towel goes a long ways. I use it for cleaning off my paintbrushes and all kinds of things. But now I want little squares because these are all going to be attached to each other.
The nipping sound makes such a satisfying sound.
The what sound?
The nipping sound.
Missing sound? Did that make any sense to you, Eddie?
Yeah, the nipping sound of the scissors.
Oh, the nipping sound. Oh, okay. And now what I'm doing is all I'm going to do now is I'm going to add this paper towel around the edges of this. Then I'm going to set it back by my fan and let it dry. Because at that point, once it's dry, because you have reinforced the edge of your egg, you can actually trim these things out better.
So the paper towel helps when the work isn't going as expected.
Yes, what the paper towel does is it reinforces the inside of the eggshell so that you can actually cut it and fit it better. It works extremely well, and it's cheap, easy to fix your problems. And by folding the excess over inside of here, and I'll show you with this next one what I mean by that. It doubles the thickness or quads the thickness. You take this, and once you put it inside here, I lick my finger so that it won't stick to my finger, but it sticks out just a little bit out of this edge. And so I just roll it inside, and it doubles it, doubles the thickness real quick. And there's where I started. And so I'm back to where I started with this, and I had just enough of these to be able to go all the way around. There's that edge right there, and you just roll it inside. Now, what that is that's all the way around. And then as that dries, what it does is it creates a very strong facing edge. Okay, put that back over here. Now I'll show you something here. See these? These are goose egg faces that I took out. There's a bug in there. So I'm gonna make a nest for this bug out of these pieces. Okay, so now I need to do this one. Well, actually, that's an awful lot. I think I'll wait. I might wait on that. Yeah, I might wait on that. I might start doing this one. Okay. Okay. I wonder if I should do green and red. Nah.
Mike, somebody says the better to use old or new eggs. Also, how do you break your eggs to get out the insides?
All right. What I do is I take these little scissors when I've got my egg in the kitchen, and I just take and went clack. I hit the egg right there. All right. Now, once I get that, then I start working it around just like this. I just start nipping it all the way around, just like that. And I keep doing this until I get the hole big enough that I can take the egg out whole. Because I don't like blowing the eggs out because you end up with scrambled eggs always. And
Did you paint it silver or do American geese lay silver eggs?
yeah, and that's supposed to be some kind of a comment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't ask stupid questions, dumbass. Quit being a Johnson. And if you're only 4 years old and you're going to ask Johnson questions, go to some other show. We're not enthused with talking to somebody that doesn't have a brain cell working. And don't be saying, well, I didn't know. Sure you don't know. Come on. That's stupid. I'm sorry, you guys. I have no patience today. There will only be one day of egg building, you guys. That's today. That's it. I am not going to be doing these another day. So if you want to learn how to do the egg ornaments, it's not so easy to learn. This is very difficult work because eggs are very difficult to deal with.
Taking the egg out whole by nipping the shell would cause the egg to have tiny pieces of shell in it.
Well, that's too bad. If you don't like tiny pieces of shell in the egg, that's tough. And until you do it and try it on your own, you don't understand what you're saying wrong there.
Brandon said he'd love to see how you attach the chains.
How do I attach the chain? Yeah, okay. Yes, I get that. Well, dang, I already started doing that. Don't happen to have any more that are ready to put chain in. But I can show you one. I tell you what, here we go, Brandon. Here's the deal. Once you've got your egg cleaned off and ready to go, all right, now you have to use. Now, back in the 70s, I only had a hand drill, and I had to hand drill every hole. Okay, this Dremel tool makes it a lot easier. I take this, my micro drill, I figure out what kind of chain and how I want this to hang. This one is going to have one hole in the bottom, two holes up here, because the two holes they hang better. And so what I have to do is I have to figure out where's my center point. Center point is probably right about there. And I put a little mark over on that side, and then I go over here and I look at this side. I want to get them reasonably close. And then I look down on this way to see if I got them in the right location. And this one needs to move forward just a little tiny bit. All right, once I have that.
Maurice said, Mr. Mike, can you make a candle out of eggs? Do you think that will work out fine?
A candle out of eggs?
Yeah.
No, because the candle itself will burn the eggshell and burn everything inside of it. Amps is irregular and was making a joke?
Yeah, about the whole egg.
Well,
The silver egg.
well, then it has to be a joke. It can't be asked as a serious question if you're making it a joke. Because I don't do jokes that kind of way, and I don't understand them. And if it is a joke, I didn't understand it, and I'm sorry about that, but that is just the way it goes sometimes. I don't get jokes that are not a joke. Once you have your eggs drilled, I take this is 0.008 mil stainless steel wire. This is what I use to attach all of the chain. You put the loop through the chain like this. Then it goes into the eggshell itself, and then you separate the wires inside like a cotter pin. Once you do that, what you've ended up doing is you've ended up locking the chain in place. so that the eggs will hang just like this.
John Doe sent 6-7.
Mondo sent what?
John Doe sent a 6-7 gift.
Thank you, John Doe. Thank you very much. And so once you get your once you get this done, then you have to figure out what your color combination is going to be. Now I can't do anything with this because I don't know what color I'm going to paint this yet. And is there tutorials on the eggs? I think there is a tutorial on the eggs. Eddie, ask Miranda. I believe there is.
Is there tutorials on the eggs? Yeah, Mike, there is somewhere on the page.
Okay, Miranda, would you see if you can find it and see where it goes? I don't know. I think it's in the bronze memberships, but I'm not sure. And if it is, can she move it farther forward so that people can actually go look at it?
Brandon said, thanks, Mike, for showing the whole process. $5.
Aw, thank you, Brandon.
And then Am said you could dip it in half melted wax, and that might take the shape of the egg.
You can't. The wax will stick to the egg, and then nothing will glue to it, including the paint. D, I'm not going to go red, white, and blue with it. That's, no thank you. Absolutely, Brandon. Thank you very much. Okay, so now let's go back to this one here. Now, as you can see, this was an old earring, and I had this old brooch that had roses on it. And so I just built a moss background for it and put this in there. And now what I'm doing is I'm adding to this design okay, so now here it is. This is what I want right here. Now we're going to put some more sequins on this because those seem to be drying well. No, I do not use epoxy. I use Elmer's glue on everything that I make.
Are these made to be ornaments?
Yes, these are made to be ornaments. They can be birthdays, Christmases, newborns in the family, anniversaries. You can make them for anything. Matter of fact, I made one for my daughter that had a 1950 Hot Wheels race car in it. It was a Mercury. It was a Hot Rod Merc. And it was in her favorite color, which was pink and green. So they don't have to be for anything in particular. If you just want, you know, to give them a birthday gift. Birthday might be in the middle of summer. What, Eddie?
Somebody said they just can't get enough of this.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for coming to the phone show.
And you got an hour, Mike.
1 hour of the show left, you guys, and then I'm off till Monday. Okay.
That's awesome. I enjoy your videos. Happy New Year, my friend.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you like my videos, you guys. And I will keep posting videos as long as I'm breathing. I don't plan on quitting anytime soon. Just because I'm stubborn, I'm old, and I'm durable. I guess that's a good combination for living a long life. There. That finishes that up. It also, that was broken right there. What that also does is it strengthens it. When you have the glue inside and the the glitter, then you do this on the outside of it. It adds a lot of strength. And
Mike, I called Maurice Edwards. I called him Maurice Edwards. I just couldn't.
well, Eddie, I'm sure Maurice understands.
What were you like as a child? Did you do arts and crafts? What did your parents think of your talents?
My dad was a tyrant. He didn't care about my talents. He just cared about what I could do working. So my artistic skills as a child were quite sadly not utilized.
Where did you acquire all the skills to make all your creations? This seems very interdisciplinary.
Well, if you like to do something, become the best at it that you possibly can. That's all I've ever done. And that was probably because my dad made me do the best job I could do. There was no,
You have a great sense of balance.
yes, I have an artistic balance because my great grandmother was an artist. My mom was an artist. My dad was an artist with wood. And so I see balance in things really well. That's probably one of the reasons why I make such good paper art, is because I understand that balance. So, and I've had people call me Mr. Symmetry for years. So it's just what I do, you guys. It's I don't know why, it just is. And I suppose it's an artist eye, and I don't know if there's some folks that, like our friend Eddie. He's got an artist's eye for metal sculpture. I happen to have it for artistic stuff. And that's what I do. I don't know if it makes me any better at it than anybody else, but I practice all the time. And practice does make you better at stuff. If you don't practice, you will never be good at anything. And that is just the facts. You'd see these pro golfers out there. Well, they didn't get to be a pro because they didn't practice. They're practicing every single day.
Is it possible to make a great living being an artist? And if so, how long did it take for you to get into that groove?
Say that again, Eddie. I didn't quite understand.
Is it possible to make a great living being an artist? And if so, how long did it take for you to get in that groove?
So far, I am not making any money at this. Okay, so you may never, ever be good enough to make money as an artist. And I don't mean to say that to discourage you. It's just not something that happens on a regular basis. Okay, it's being an artist is not easy. It's probably one of the hardest jobs that there is, because people don't like to pay you for your art. Now, when you get good enough that people commission you to make stuff, that's different. Then you've made it. But it is, you've heard the term starving artist? Well, that's a fact.
Aloha from Hawaii.
Hawaii is in. Welcome to the show. This, okay, this is what I'm putting inside this egg. It is a butterfly. It was an earring. And the other one's missing. I don't know where it is. But anyway, this butterfly has, what is that green stone? Doggone it. It skips my brain for a minute. I know what this is. Anyway, this stone was very cool. I liked the way this looked. And so I decided I wanted to build it into this egg, but I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that.
They're saying jade.
Jade is correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I can't give a donation, but I'm learning something amazing.
Well, you're very welcome. And not being able to give a donation, that's not a problem. Thank you for coming to the phone show. Now, I showed you how to cut this out of here. Well, now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to sand it down.
John Trapp sent 100 jewels.
Thank you for the jewels, John.
John.
John? Sean. Thank you, Sean, very much. Oh, thank you, Maurice. No problems. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. I just noticed this is cracked back here. I don't know how it got cracked. Thank you, Sean. The nice thing about it is you can hide almost everything when you're building these. Thank you, John Doe. Thank you for the 6-7. Uh, 6-7? Isn't that like worse than a 9-10? Thank you, John. Or Sean? That's Sean, right? Oh, John Doe. Between Sean and John Doe, I'm getting lost. And I absolutely do not know how that got cracked like that. Wow. But I don't like to throw stuff away, so I'm going to try to save it. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support, you guys. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. How in the world did that get cracked over there? Shoot, I just don't even understand. This is not broke. The filament down here is not broke, but yet this is behind that filament. And the darn thing is, I might not be able to fix that. Because of the way eggshell actually works, I don't know as I can fix it.
Mike, this idiot says I tweak out and do shit like you're doing right now. Who throws away old remotes when you can take them apart to make a robot when you're on drugs?
Well, do not do drugs, okay? Because I've known tweakers in my lifetime. They're great at taking stuff apart. They're no good at putting it back together. So, don't be a tweaker.
Do you believe that your talents are gifted from higher powers or from a person's own intent source?
Well, I believe in a higher power. I really do.
Sean said glue a gemstone on the crack and glue on the inside.
Well, yeah, I can fix the crack as far as making it strong. It's just that when you paint this, the cracks show up. And so I just don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. But it's a dark egg. That means I could paint it a dark color, and more than likely the flaw will disappear. But it just is, it's just gonna, I'll have to see. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet.
Make a cool hole with something peeking out.
Oh yeah, a little dinosaur egg with a dinosaur peeking out. That's a good idea. I don't think...
You could crack it more and put a naughty caterpillar chewing on it.
The problem is, I cannot find miniatures that look that good. Hey everybody, I have a question. I need a 1-inch tall Klingon bird of prey. Now, I've heard that people that run 3D printers can actually print them. And I would love to buy a 1-inch Klingon bird of prey so that I can make an egg out of it. And the reason I've even considered that is because I have 2 earrings that were batless. And they would hang from an... What's that? Thank you, Sean, very much. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you have a better weekend. All right, now.
Get rid of him. See you later, Jesse, you pussy. Get rid of him.
Hey, Jesse, quit being a Johnson. All right. Now we're going to work this one down, see if I can save this one, because it's brittle too. And I don't get store-bought eggs, you guys. My eggs are all grown by a family. They got chickens, and I buy them direct from them rather than store-bought eggs. So the shells tend to be a bit better. Not much, but a little bit. And hopefully, Joy and Goose... Egg and M? That's cute. Thank you all for the jokes. Thank you for making jokes that I understand.
said I hope you had a giggle over the few pics I posted on Discord.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buddy, go lay down. Go lay down, I got it. Do you have any grandchildren to pass your skills on to?
I have grandchildren, but they're not interested in doing what I do. So, passing these skills on, I will pass them on to you all because I don't have anyone that's interested in doing what I do. Not in my family, anyway. I have people all over the world that are interested in what I do. And that, to me, is amazing. Because my skills of what I do will not die when I'm gone. You all will take on and do better at it than I have. Because that's the nature of teaching people. Your students eventually surpass the master at it. And that is very cool. And when you're using power tools like what I'm using right now, it is super simple to break what you're doing. Because if this edge of this wheel gets inside here one time and clicks it, it clicks out a big chunk. So you have to, this part of it, you have to take very good time with it. Don't rush. And then I look across it to make sure it's flat. Any high spots that I have to take them down to be equal.
Oh, gee, it's the body lies, sir. You can't even spell right.
Oh, well. Maybe his spell check went awry.
His mom is too busy blowing somebody in the background.
Uh-oh.
Do you do real figurines inside the egg right?
Well, I do. This is a porcelain mountain goat that's inside of this one. And I look at thrift stores and I go all over the place looking for good miniatures. It's very, very difficult to find good miniatures. But the old porcelain things, you can usually find them for $2 or $3 a piece. And they make very, very good insides to stuff. Check this one out. All right, this was just an old broken earring right here. And I put it in this egg with this old broken brooch. And then glue, glitter, and some moss. It's a very economical way to do something. Uh-oh, that pushed out of shape. Not dry. Okay. This is an old jewelry chain. I think I paid 75 cents for it at a thrift store.
Oh, Natalie said she should make you polymer clay figurines to put in your eggs.
Yeah, I know. I don't do polymer clay. But yes, that's a very good idea. I need a Klingon bird of prey. And I don't know if polymer clay could even do that. There, it's done. Okay, so we're gonna go over there with that. Now where am I at? Oh yeah, I started doing this one too. This one broke really bad. And so I don't know exactly what I'm going to put in this one.
30 years left, Mike.
30 minutes? Nice one.
Yeah.
30 years? Yeah, I hope I do more than 30.
30 cents. 30,
Uh-huh.
30 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah,
30 minutes.
yes, I got that.
Sorry.
It's okay, Eddie. We had a holiday recently.
Mike,
But
how do you feel while creating something and afterwards?
um I've been,
Some of
well,
these
I don't
questions are
know,
ridiculous.
honestly. How do I feel creating something? I don't know. I don't feel anything actually. I just do.
Oh, Brandon donated $10 for the love of the art. Let's see some. Throw another 5 for the love of the twerky jerky. Here, Mike.
Thank you, Brandon, very much.
Mike, watch the screen.
I am. I'm reading.
Hold on a second. It's going through. There you go.
Oh, Natalie, that's awesome news. Thank you. Huh. Oh, look at that. Okay, Eddie.
I gotta find my lyrics.
I gotta find your lyrics. Oh, Scobie. Merry Christmas, Scobie.
Keep reading, Mike. Okay, I'm trying to find it.
Uh-huh. What in the world is that 202 up there at the top of my screen, Eddie? Oh, that's diamonds. Those are diamonds. Nice.
All right, Mike, I got one.
Oh,
Whenever you're ready.
John. Here we go, you guys. It's twerk time. Uh-oh.
Egg and M in the house.
Hold on.
Egg and M in the house.
Hey, Eddie, you can't go yet. I've got to get stuff out of the way. I got all kinds of egg
I'm just
things.
warming up my voice, Mike.
Oh, you're getting your voice ready? Okay. All right. I think I'm good. Eddie.
I like card stock and I cannot lie. You other engineers can't deny. When a designer walks in with a structure so neat and a model in your face that's complete, you get scrubbed. When I pull out my X-Acto blade, you notice that stacked up boards you made. Chips so thick, I gotta grab a rule. Doing all the math because the project's cool. Oh baby, I want a model with ya. And I told you, nice and glue you too. My cuts are precise, I can't be rushed. We're talking about pop-ups that will be crushed. Unless I design with precision and grace, a complex geometry right in your face. So paper engineers, yeah, your project looks like it lasts for years.
Nice.
There you go, Mike.
All right. Thank you all for your donations. I appreciate it. Okay.
Wrap on point.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Eddie's pretty good at this. All right. Now, let's see. Okay. I really need to look for those. Okay.
Everybody says you're go, Eddie.
Yeah. Yep, I think that's them. Okie dokie. Now,
I like big yolks and I cannot lie. This channel is too cool. Velvet, make sure you subscribe.
Absolutely, you guys. Thanks for following me, and for putting up likes, and for sharing me with others, especially. Thank you very much. And also, thank you all for when you follow me. If you go ahead and put up on the notifications, you can be notified whenever I'm doing a live show.
John Doe sent 100 again, Mike.
Thank you, John. the fun part about doing this is you can add all kinds of really cool shapes to your sequins. Now this is going to be a space, basically space between each one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Egg. Ah, I can't. Egg, Cool J. That's hard as hell to say.
Egg Cool J? Oh well. Aw. Oh. Oh. Oh man. All right. Now, looking at these, I noticed that that is a little bit off center. I need 4 of them to be centered properly.
Brandon said a high five and everybody's saying bless you.
Oh, thank you guys. And thanks for the high five. Hecky ducky.
Joey says Merry after Christmas, y'all.
Thank you, Joy.
Minutes, Mike.
All right, you guys, 30 minutes of the show left, and it's going to be the end of the holidays for everybody, pretty much. I'll be back Monday. Hopefully, you all can join. And Joy, I can't wait till your geese start laying eggs.
Vegetarians' eggs are laid by eggplants.
And that's funny. Now, that was not centered, and unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it now. Oh well, that's the way that goes. Vegetarian eggs laid by eggplant. That was good. Alrighty. Okay. And this is just putting these on here. Uh, you can make all kinds of designs. It doesn't really matter. It just as long as they look good with each other. In other words, if you're going to do a design on your egg, make sure that they match on both sides, because symmetry is important when you're looking at these in the tree, or if they hang in your rear view mirror, or you might want them on a bookshelf. It all depends on where you want to display these. They can be displayed year round. That's not a problem. And the cool thing is they become very, very strong. I've got eggs that have been hanging out since the 70s. Matter of fact, I went to Teresa's house, and she had an egg that I made in the 70s, and it was broke. It was missing beads and sequins, and the chain was broke. And I told her to give it to me. I took it home, and I rebuilt it for her. And so it's one of those kind of things that, last week I was working on Jerry's eggs. Her eggs got crushed in the move, and I found out that it was very hard to fix them. But I did. And so I've got to give them back to her now. But anyway, her eggs are repaired. And so all of this work, it's all artistic. Those cats that are inside there with the little flame, I got those from an old gal that had them in the 60s. And I don't know what they went to.
20 minutes, Mike.
20 minutes of the show left, you guys. Very cool. And you got a chance to see some of the egg ornaments that I do. Let's get this back up here. Okay. All right. Now, first off, I need to get these off of here. Put them back in there. Yeah. And keep your stuff separated really well, because if you get everything all mixed up, it's very time consuming to try and fix that. And it's surprising how well the Elmer's glue will stick these egg ornaments together. Come on.
Somebody said, are you getting ready for Easter?
No, I'm not getting ready for Easter. I just had egg ornaments that I had to make for gifts, and I didn't get a chance this year to make them at all. And so here these eggs are. These are a year old, and I'm just now putting them together so that I can give them away as gifts. Because honestly, you know, a handmade gift is much more well received than a store bought one. And I've been doing handmade gifts all my life. Couple of reasons. One, I could not afford to buy gifts. And because I couldn't afford that, I make everything. Well,
This guy said, oh,
what, Eddie?
this guy says I normally throw my eggshells out in the yard to get hit by the lawnmower to fertilize the grass and plants. Now the boyfriend going to be asking why I'm saving eggshells.
Yeah. Um, I use I use a lot of eggshell in my garden, so I understand that. Because the cool thing is, you don't have to save many eggs. But um, the thing is, you could save half a dozen eggs, and it'll take you a year to make them. So, that came off. Where'd that come off at? Where'd that come off at? Huh? I don't see where it came off. Oh, there's two, and there's one. Okay, I found it. It came off right over here. Wait a second. That's two. That's two. I don't understand. Where'd you come from?
What'd you do?
I got a sequin that came off, and I don't know where it came off at. I can't tell. So, I guess I'm not going to worry about it. There's nothing I can do. I don't know where it came from. Might have fallen out of the inside of the egg, and I don't know how it could have got in there.
Velvet Bun says they're beautiful.
Thank you, Velvet. They are very, very nice. And the funny thing is, I've been doing these for so long that I've got many, many, many friends and relatives. This is all they want. They don't want me to buy them anything. Make me an egg. And there's not a lot of egg artists out there today. Of course, I don't think there ever has been very many egg artists. Because in all the years that I've been doing this with my sister, I have never run into any other people that make them. So I hope that you all have a chance to do this art, because it's kind of a lost art. The gal that showed me and my sis back in the 60s how to do this, I don't even know where she's from, who she was. No idea. But I'm thankful to her for showing me and my sis. And I'm very certain that she is not around anymore, because she was like 35 or 40 years old when I was 10. I'm now 70. And so,
Is your sister older or younger?
my sister is younger than me, and she doesn't do this at all. Since she learned it in the 60s, she never kept up with it. And so my sis doesn't do these at all. My mom was an artist, painter, and I sort of got all this talent, I think, from my mom. And number one gave me a lot of talent to be able to do stuff.
What kind of glue are you using?
I'm using Elmer's glue. PVA is the same kind. It works too. Now, considering I've got eggs from the 70s that are still just as good as the day I made them, Elmer's glue is the only way to go. It works exceedingly well.
Eggrich is in.
Hi, Edrich. Nice to see you, Titan.
And Brandon donated $1.
Oh, thank you, Brandon.
Thank you. So once it's dry, it won't be affected if it gets wet?
No? No, and your eggs shouldn't get wet. All right? If they're hanging inside your home, there was no reason for them to get wet.
How do you feel about doing a workshop in schools, like a little tour?
That would be fine to be able to do a little workshop or a tour, but there's nothing around here that I know of where I could actually do that. The best way for me to teach people is right here on my show. Last one. Oh, I forgot to put glue on it. Okay. Now, we turn that over just like that. That egg, once it's dry, is complete. All I have to do is date it.
10 minutes, Mike.
10 minutes of the show left, everyone. I'll absolutely love to read. And there is one egg complete.
Fearless wants to know if you can show a fully finished one before the show ends.
This is a fully finished one right here. Other than it being signed and dated. All right. I want to thank all of you for your donations. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank you all for coming to the show. I'll be back Monday, 2 hours earlier than right now. New York State? Well, upstate New York is very beautiful. New York City, it's all cement and steel. It's not so beautiful, although the buildings look cool. Although I tell you what, the skyline on a cloudy day in Dubai, unbelievable how many tall buildings stick up above the clouds. I had a picture of Dubai on my laptop not long ago. Wow. That's insane. Okay. What is it, Titan? Guess what? Let me see. Your mom and dad's in the show. That's my best guess, Titan. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. All right, you guys, get them while they're hot. Hot tamales. You know, they're good off the grill. Yes, they are. Hey, oh, and they're good out of a frying pan, too. You know, they're wrapped in corn skid. Get your hot tamales, everyone. They're good for your food. And hey, if you happen to, I lost my hot tamales. They come as candy as well. How in the world could I have lost that? It's right there. Anyway, Thank you for joining the phone show, everyone. Thank you very much. Matter of fact, while I got this, I better get some water in me. Yeah, I don't know what I did with my hot tamales thing. It like disappeared. Hot tamales. Thank you, Titan. They are. Thank you, Velvet. Absolutely. And this is what you can do. If you find some good this is a goose egg right here. It is big enough to be able to take this porcelain goat and have it inside. And hanging it from 3 chains works really good with the 3 cutouts, and it's also extremely strong. Uh-huh. Okay. Now, let me see. What do we got? They are, Joy. They're very cool. Well, Alexander, that's wow. Can you put an egg inside of an egg? If you have a small enough eggshell, it will fit inside of another eggshell. Like that. Of course you can. That's not difficult.
I just thought of that, Mike. I think that would look cool if you could do that.
Goose made a mess? Oh no. Ostrich eggs? Yes. I don't do them because I don't have any. And so.
You know what would be cool?
What?
If you got one of them big goose eggs and hollowed it out, put lining on the inside, something small on the inside, then hung a regular egg on the inside.
Yeah, that's an idea. An egg inside of an egg inside of an egg. But I'd have to have an ostrich egg, I'd have to have an emu egg, and then I'd have to have some other kind of very large egg.
And then a quail egg.
And no, and then a goose egg, and then a chicken egg, and then a quail egg. But I'm not going to do that. So let's not even. Yes, it would be. I'm not even going to do it. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So don't even come up with that idea. It's not going to happen. I have 0 plans of getting an ostrich egg and working it. Years ago, I had ostrich eggs and emu eggs. Never did get a chance to make anything with them. And now they're gone. And Natalie, you're correct. You can, yes. Well, I don't know. I've actually got a few eggs in here, plus the ones I'm working on. This one, I've got to fix this one. This one broke twice. That's why I ended up cutting it out the way I did. And so.
Egret said he could send you an ostrich egg.
Really, Titan? That would be. I would love to have one from you. Well, yes, I could, I suppose. It would actually be a good little scene inside of an egg. I could build an entire battle scene with it, probably. Nah, I don't know. Maybe. Finding the little bitty stormtroopers would be tough. Absolutely, Goose. Absolutely. All right, Titan. Thank you very much.
3 minutes, Mike.
Javelinas don't have eggs, Eddie.
I don't care.
Or a rattlesnake egg. Now rattlesnakes do have eggs. Good luck getting getting one of them. All right, you guys. There's 2 minutes of the show left. EGGG. Egg. Yeah. Thank you, Scooby. The little film in the bottom, I do take them out because when you try to hang stuff from the bottom of the egg, that little film is in the road. And so, yes, it comes out. Okay, Titan. All right. You have to let me know so that I can go to Discord when that happens. that yolk is excellent. Well, thank you very much, you guys. Hey, it's the end of the show, everyone. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for your donations and for all the comments. Wait. Kennedy? No. Yeah, that's just dumb, Kennedy. I don't do dumb. I will, Velvet. Thank you. You guys, I'll be off this weekend. I'm going to be busy working, but I will not be on the show. I will be back Monday. So anyway, everyone, I hope that you had a good holiday season. If you don't celebrate Christmas as a holiday, I hope you're having a good season anyway. Doesn't matter to me if you do or don't. So, yeah, let's start having forgiveness for other human beings, everybody. Because let's look at it this way. Never stop learning. How about if we forgive other humans for things they've done? That would be nice. We'd stop some of these wars that are going on. So, but let's remember this one important thing. Does not matter what you are. Doesn't matter who you are. No, does not matter where you are. Does not matter what color you are. And it doesn't matter what religion you are either. We all live on this third rock. That's third rock from the sun. That makes us human beings, everybody. Let's start being better to other human beings. Let's stop thinking we're better than they are and start thinking we're even. We're human. Take care, Paper Army. I'll be back Monday, 2 hours earlier.